Alright, so in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to set up a colored smoke explosion like this. So this is similar to those powder explosions that I got a lot of requests for. So basically it's very similar to the shockwave setup. So at this point we covered all of the individual elements that you need to understand to set something like this up. So I'm just gonna walk you through it. So basically we have some particles generated by particle flow that are driving the explosion of the smoke. So if I hide Phoenix, this is what the particle flow setup looks like. Then I have some plane force that is just pushing the smoke to the right, as you can see here. I have some turbulence that helps to break the smoke up. So you can see that it just sort of mixes all together over here as if there's wind. So the turbulence really helps with that. So I'm only doing 50 for strength and 100 centimeters for the size for the turbulence. So basically what I would do to start setting this up is just go again under standard particle systems and do a PF source. And this time you want to make it a sphere instead of a rectangle. Basically, I'm birthing these green particles, and those green particles are spawning this yellow trail, and that really helps to create this sort of powdery smoke trail look. So I'm birthing basically just for one frame, 150 of these small green particles. And they have a speed of 700 centimeters with 300 centimeter variation. So the variation really helps to get this randomized look of some of the points being faster than others. Rotation really doesn't matter here, so you can just delete that. And I'm deleting the green particles after 5 frames with a 3-frame variation. So anywhere from 2 to 8 frames, they die. And then the most important thing here probably is the spawn. So you would just go here and add a spawn operator and drag it under here. And I'm spawning these yellow particles by travel. So as the green particles are moving, there's a trail of yellow particles being born. And they have some divergence so that the higher divergence basically makes them spread over time, kind of like fireworks. And then I'm deleting these yellow particles again with a delete operator after an age of 3 frames. So I took this setup and I used it as my emitter in Phoenix with a 50 centimeter outgoing velocity, 0.2 for noise. And then I think the most important thing of this entire setup is the RGB. So I'm actually using an image of an actual powder explosion as the RGB texture. So you would basically just go into your material editor and you could click on, diffuse and just add a bitmap. And I want to pick that image as my bitmap. And then you can just copy the map and paste it straight into the texture map for the RGB. So you would just go paste. And now it's going to ignore the green color and it's going to sample the color from this image. So then the smoke will end up having all of the different colors in it based on the image. For the dynamic settings, I just did 0.4 for smoke dissipation so that it will slowly dissipate over time, even though you can barely see it. Some of these edges are sort of disappearing. I'm doing pretty high conservation quality of 60. I'm doing 2 steps per frame because again, we have some fast moving particles. And so under output, just don't forget to, as always, output velocity, RGB for the colors, and you can output the texture VW as well so that the smoke color will sort of stick to the smoke itself as it's moving forward. Volumetric options, I would again go under smoke color and set it based on RGB. So it'll be actually colored in the render as well. So this is just a very quick sort of bonus effect that I wanted to show you. Nothing really complicated here, but it just shows you the possibilities of the kind of cool effects that you can create with not much work. As always, the project file is right under the video, so you can open that up and dig through my settings if you would like. I hope that you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next lesson.